Former Memphis Shelby County School Superintendent is in a legal battle with the district to get her job back with back pay, and now she's coming for the Daily Memphian. The news outlet reported that Dr. Marie Feagins' attorney, William Wooten, sent a letter requesting the removal of a story and to pay her $50,000 for it. Wooten is pointing to an article published in July about the deposition filed in Feagins' lawsuit against the school board for firing her back in January. Wooten warned in the letter that a defamation lawsuit could follow if the Daily Memphian doesn't comply with the demands. And Daily Memphian had a response saying that they did everything legally. We want to pull up an excerpt first from the Daily Memphian story responding to Feagins' demands. I know it's a little bit of fine print there, but the Daily Memphian is not removing the story or retracting any of its reporting because the story is accurate and the information reported was legally obtained. The news organization also is refusing to pay Feagins $50,000. So I will open it to you, Otis, as the journalist here. I want to know what your take is on this. This is pretty rare to see someone go after a news outlet, especially as accurate and notable as the Daily Memphian is.
Well, I mean, yeah, to some degree. But I'm going to say, first of all, congratulations to the Daily Memphian for the statement that you just read. Mm-hmm. This is, to put it mildly, a total joke. Mm. There is no way in the world that former Superintendent Feagins and her lawyer can expect to basically, I don't know if the word extort is the right word here, and maybe they'll come after me now for saying that, but to try to demand $50,000 from the Daily Memphian. I used to teach issues like this at the university. Journalism ethics, First Amendment. The Daily Memphian had a perfect right to publish a public document that at the time they got it was not under any kind of seal. This is a public interest case. We're talking about public dollars, a former public official, and for her and her attorney to now come back and say, because you published a legal document, we want you to take it down and pay me $50,000. It is the height of ridiculousness on its face.
Now, Whalem, you are the former school board member too as well, so you know she's already dealing with all of the chaos with the district and her claims of wrongful termination, and then she's doing this to a news outlet. Is this helping her case? Is she trying to clear her name? Like, what does this all play in together?
I'm befuddled, to be honest with you, as to why it would even be an issue in the first place. Well, a couple of reasons. Well, first thing is, one thing that this points out is the power of the fourth estate. It just shows you just how much influence media has, particularly print media. And so I don't quite understand the legal strategy involved in what apparently Mr. Wooten, Attorney Wooten, is demanding. It's just interesting to me. I don't know whether or not it will help or hurt her case. It's just odd to me, though, that Robert Spence, who is now represented as the attorney for the school board, was also a key player in the termination of Dr. Feagins. Just seems like he's a character in the story and yet is trying to take a distant view from the facts of the story. I was in the auditorium that night when Robert was standing there with this stack of papers, and he was brandishing this stack of papers, and he was talking about how these are facts and these are, it just doesn't sit well with me. I'll give it back to you. It doesn't sit well with me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's
it's hard to follow that one, but it just makes the Feagin and her case look desperate, and I really have no idea what this lawyer Wooten is thinking. Maybe he's fighting for his salary. Maybe Feagins is running out of money, but you know, he may win this case in the court of law, but he's going to lose it in the court of public opinion. Yeah. Because this is really not a good move. Right. You know, there's an old saying in journalism that I know my colleague over here, Otis, will remember, and I'm going to clean it up a little bit, but you don't fight with people or someone who buys ink by the barrel. Mm-hmm. And that's the Daily Memphian. To file that lawsuit, maybe the lawyer is looking for a headline. Maybe he wants to get it back into the press, her case back in the press. Maybe he's looking for a little extra pocket change. I have no idea. But it's a silly, silly move, like Otis said and the Reverend said. It's nonsensical for a very serious case.
Yeah.
Because this woman, talk about, first of all, she's a public figure. It's pretty hard to defame a public figure, and especially in the court of law. And secondly, if anyone defamed this woman, it was that school board.
Right.
And the way they fired her and what they said about her. So I don't understand what.
That's why it doesn't sit
so.
well with me. It just doesn't seem to me to be an educated legal strategy. It just doesn't make sense to me.
It's not.
Okay, on that note, thank you all for that one.